Day 3 of surf fishing until I catch a legal halibut. Howdy everyone, if you've watched day 1 or 2 of my other fishing challenge videos, welcome back. If this is your first one, welcome for the first time, I'm glad you're here. I'm out at Newport Pier just before 5 a.m. on Monday, June 9th, 2025. Here's the surf forecast for Newport Point, which is the area right at the pier. I'm changing it up a little bit because the last 2 attempts have been starting at 31st Street, walking north. Today I started right at Newport Pier and I still walk north to reach 31st Street, but I cover some ground I hadn't hit before. However, it turns out that the beach is exactly the same, just a few blocks down. Who knew? Today I am using the same 8-foot rod with 20-pound braid mainline and 10-pound fluoro leader that I have been using, but I am throwing out a Lucky Craft Flash Minnow 110. Traditionally, I don't think there's any weight added to such a rig, but I added a bullet sinker at the front of the snap swivel to give me some weight to allow me to cast out a bit further. Checked the action in the water a bit and it seemed to swim fine, so I ran with it. I do a lot more casting and walking today as opposed to the last 2 trips where I did a lot of watching the water. I think I've concluded, with the help of a viewer comment, that there is no structure in Newport Beach. I understand looking for the cut, but I don't think I saw any of those today, so the goal was just to cover ground and cast and reel and hope that I find the fish. Eventually I reached the point where I needed to turn back and I decided to try the gulp sandworms again to see if I can get a perch just to see I wasn't skunked. Lo and behold, I get tons of bites and I get to pull in 2 little surf perch. The first one pictured here was caught while the GoPro was dead, and now here is the catch of the second one.
Oh, yeah, probably a little perch. Slightly bigger little perch, maybe. Pretty cool.
These definitely aren't what I was targeting, or at least not what I started out targeting, but any fish on the line makes the trip worth it to me. This was no failure in my opinion. And last thing before we go, check this out guys. I saw this in the water, it looked like a swimming shell, so I was like, is there actually something in that? Yeah, there was. What is this? If you know what that was, put it in the comments here and educate me a little bit. That's it for this video, thanks for watching, we'll see you on the next one.